Hey guys!
Hey guys!
We're back with another WESTWORLD review, this time reviewing WESTWORLD Season 1, Episode 4, titled Dissonance Theory. If you haven't seen it yet, and you want to avoid any spoilers, skip this video and come back later, because everything we say from this point forward is going to be a spoiler. There was so much in this episode.
Yeah.
Like, it felt like 2 episodes in one. That's how much was crammed into this episode. But, you know, they're still doing this kind of slow developing story, and it feels like the pacing is really good.
Yeah. Like, it does feel like we got so much information, but it doesn't feel rushed. It's still nice and slow and steady. And I'm glad that they're doing that because, as we've expressed before, if they go too fast and they get to a certain point, like, where do you go from there?
Now, one of our commenters did point out, and it's something that I completely forgot about, there was a sequel to WESTWORLD called Future World. So possibly they could go that direction if there is a Season 3 or 4 even. But Future World was widely panned by critics and audiences alike. So I don't know if they would go that direction.
Yeah.
So Episode 4, Dissonance Theory, followed basically 3 small groups with a little bit of a 4th one sprinkled in. We had Dolores traveling with William. We had the Man in Black trying to find the entrance to the maze, which is connected to the snake tattoo. And we had Maeve, and we got a tiny bit of Ford in this episode.
Yeah.
Let's start with Ford because, oh my, that guy... Anthony Hopkins plays scary, maybe better than any actor ever. He was terrifying in this episode. And
like, he does nothing but speak, and it was freaking terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't do anything. It was just the way he spoke and the words that he said. It was terrifying.
Well, and the scenario.
Yeah, and the scenario,
he set the table up exactly where it was when she was there with her parents.
Yeah.
You know, earlier when she was a kid.
Yeah, and he was able to stop time, kind of, like, he stopped
pause,
the people. He paused the entire environment.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was just so freaking creepy.
Yeah, and I mean, Ford, we've kind of always had this sense that there's more to him, and maybe it's not all good. He came through loud and clear as a very sinister person in this episode.
Yeah, and we've always thought he had some plan, and he definitely has a plan. This new story, this new environment he's creating, there's something with that.
Mm-hmm. And what this new story is, which the villain of the story is Wyatt, is it connected to the maze? Or is it something separate?
Yeah. And is it connected to the defects that are showing up in the hosts?
Right.
Because I'm still not convinced he's not behind that. Like, that's not something that he triggered, that he did on purpose.
And then there's Dolores traveling with William. And Dolores' story is getting really, really good.
Yeah.
And there's a fan theory going on that the William story is non-linear. That it's actually the backstory of the Man in Black. I totally disagree with that. I do not think that is a correct theory. I think there's going to be a confrontation between Dolores and the Man in Black with William there as well. There is one clue that kind of debunks this fan theory.
Yes.
And that is when Dolores was being attacked by the bandit. For a second, she saw the Man in Black's face before she shot him, and then she ran away and found William. That, I think, pretty much debunks this fan theory, although it's a neat fan theory. Also, with regards to Dolores, Bernard is pointing her toward the maze, so there's totally gonna be a confrontation between her and the Man in Black.
Yes.
And if she is overcoming her programming and she can commit violence, will she be able to commit violence against a human? That definitely seems to be the direction it's going.
Yeah, it sure does.
Moving on to Maeve. Maeve is remembering the technicians from when they repaired her, and she had Hector dig that bullet out of her, and so, oh my gosh, Maeve's story is one of my favorite in the series.
That scene with Hector was freaking amazing. Yeah. Like, he digs the bullet out and she's like, none of this matters, and they just allow themselves to be shot.
Yeah.
Like, Oh my gosh, that was insane.
And she's been drawing the technicians over and over again, and then she gets her memory wiped, and then she remembers and draws it again, and then when she lifted the floorboards up and found the other drawings, oh my gosh, that was just a mind-blowingly awesome moment.
And what's really interesting about her story is that the technicians are a god in the Indian subculture of the host.
And finally, the man in black. He found the snake he was looking for in this episode, and it was the tattoo of Hector's partner. Which I'm glad, because we haven't seen these two since the premiere. I'm glad they're being incorporated back into the story and into a very important part of the story, because it seems like they're like level 1 villains, but no, they are really important, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
How close the man in black is to finding the maze, we don't know yet. It feels like he's pretty close, though.
Yeah, it does feel like he's closing in on it.
Yeah. And we do get a kind of hint as to what his plan could be. We find out that Arthur died in the park, and maybe it wasn't, an accident. Maybe he was able to turn off the overriding rule that, barring an accident, humans can't be killed in the park. So maybe that's what the maze is. It seems like that's what the man in black wants.
Yeah, that's what he believes anyway. He thinks that it's the next level, that all bets are off, and that it's almost like this level has become too easy. He's so used to killing the host that it's not a thrill anymore. So now he needs the host to be able to attack him back.
And Bernard tells Dolores that if she can find the maze, she can be free. Does that mean that she'll be able to kill the man in black? Is that what he's alluding to? Oh, there's so much going on in this episode. I'm sure we've missed a ton of it, but oh my god. It's absolutely incredible. WESTWORLD, right now on television, is the best television show.
Yes, hands down.
Okay, I think that's pretty much it for this review. If you have anything to add, let us know down in the comments. Also, if you enjoyed this video, and we really hope you did, please tell us by dropping a like on it and subscribe for more reviews.
And thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.